Hello, Aries, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of June 28th through July 4th. And during that time, we have a waxing gibbous that moves us into the full moon, which the full moon's on the 30th. So sometimes that full moon energy can kind of take up those couple of days before then. But of course, the full moon is a time of heightened emotions and senses. Sometimes you can feel a little overwhelmed or irritable. So keep an eye on that. You may have changes in your sleeping pattern also, but it is a good time to release any resentments or fears that you may have and to kind of practice patience and calm. So please keep that in mind. We then, for the rest of the week, have the waning gibbous. And of course, that's a little calmer, a good time for self-reflection and rebirth, time to make positive changes, to get rid of our bad habits and our negative thinking, and to work towards achieving our goals and aspirations. So please keep those moon energies in mind, Aries, as we move through the week. This will be an intuitive general reading for energies that you may or may not encounter. So as always, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't here on the table for someone else. And your overall message for this reading is to meditate and contemplate. Okay, let's see what the Aries Collective has going on for the week. As I'm shuffling the tarot, my fun weekly reminder this week is that you pay extra attention to the synchronicities that are happening all around you. So this could be an animal that you encounter. This could be repeating numbers. This could be happenings, things that are just so synchronistic, like thinking of a person and they call you, even though I'm not sure if do we consider that synchronistic or psychic? I'm not sure where that falls actually, but things like that, things that happen that you're like, so pay attention to those things, and just kind of pay attention. So there's a whole language that happens out there with synchronicities. And once your eyes are open to it, you can't stop seeing it. So if yours are, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. If not, if you pay extra attention to those things or try to just have an extra awareness this week and see if you can't get your eyes open to those things, because they really are there to lead us and help us. So that is my fun weekly reminder for you this week, Aries. All right, let's get into this reading. June 28th through July 4th. Meditate and contemplate your present energy. Well, there you go. 10 of Cups. So feeling very happy. This could be some happy ending. You're just in a good place. Tens are usually about endings, but it looks like whatever it is for you, it was a happy ending. This could be the ending of a project or the ending of a season. This could be the ending of a school year. It's just it's like, and I've kind of felt that anytime, we've got here we are, at the midpoint of the year with the solstice and all of that. I really feel that. Like I just feel the change. Like when the seasons really do shift, I really do feel that change. So it could just be that, but you're in a great mood, happy family, things are going great for you. Your current situation this week is the World card, another ending card, perfect balance. So yeah, some kind of happy ending and something is just coming through, and maybe you're feeling that too. Maybe it's like, you're just feeling the end of that spring season and we're really truly into summer. So but again, it could be for different areas, it's different things that are ending for you, and it's working out. So you've got a big smile on your face about it, and I like that. Of course, at the root of your situation this week is the Six of Pentacles. So I always ask when I pull out this card in a in-person reading, I ask what is going on in this card. And so I will ask that of you right now to just take a second and look at this card. And, some people will immediately say, well, this man is giving to these people, or they will say these people are receiving from this man. So kind of whichever perspective, if you kind of see one or the other first, that's kind of where you are. I feel like that's where your energy is right now. So you're either in giving mode or in receiving mode, and either is fine. It doesn't matter, but do each of those graciously and gracefully. So, there's something at the root of your system where there's kind of a give and take there. And maybe it's the end of some giving season. Like I said, maybe the end of a school year. If you're a teacher or an educator, that kind of wrapped up for you. It could be that that you're starting a season where you get to give more. Maybe you're giving more to your kids because they're home for the summer. They're just around more. So whatever it might be, there's some sort of give and take there. In your recent past, here is another 10. So some final push through to the end. Again, this could be work related. It could be so many different things for different people. But 2 tens on the table, definitely with the world card, is definitely about some ending. And again, it could be just a project coming up. So anytime you have those endings, I say that it starts to open up space for beginnings and new things to happen. So you might want to look around for what those things might be for you right now. What's on your mind, Aries, is the Four of Wands here. So this could be, and here we are still in the month of June, and I've seen this card so much, so many weddings. There might be one on your mind, and this could be for some of you, that's the end of being single, because you're getting married. For some of you, it's the end of maybe one of your siblings being single because you're going to their wedding, or a friend, or it could be, if you're a parent, maybe it's one of your children that are getting married. So that is an ending. That's a definite, and it's a happy ending. It's an ending as a certain way of life for some. When someone else is starting their new life, of course, it takes on a whole new thing, and it changes everyone around. Doesn't it? Changes your family dynamic a little bit. It can change your friendship a little bit when people get married. So whatever that is for you, just please enjoy their wedding, enjoy and help to send them into this new life with the best of luck and the best of wishes, and with your support behind them. That's all you can really do. What is just ahead of you this week is the Three of Pentacles, which is some creative contemplation, and that wasn't the word I was looking for, but that's interesting that that's coming up. That might be what you're meditating and contemplating on. It's a creative, why is the word coming to me today? A collaboration. That's the word I was looking for. So usually you're, with others, and there's things in the creative mode that you're doing, and that's definitely representative here. And that is ahead of you this week. So it could be someone that you run into at the wedding. And again, you've got this space, you've got this ending, which opens up space for new things. So it might be that you are kind of thinking, maybe there's another venture I have time to get into right now. And so you're kind of contemplating and thinking about that. So we'll see as your cards go here. In your advice position is the Five of Pentacles. So we've got a few pentacles showing up on this side. And this one is the advice here. Let's see, because this card means that you're feeling a little bit like an outsider. I always say with this card, it's the comparison is the thief of joy card. So don't, my advice to you is, don't compare yourself to others. Look around at your own life and you make your own determinations. But sometimes we get in that funk where you might be looking at someone, and you're maybe a little, like, well, how come I'm not where they are? We're all in our place for a reason, right? So keep that in mind. And so the advice is to not compare yourself to others, but if you want to make improvements in your life, then go ahead and do that. If there's things that you don't want to do anymore, let's try to not participate in this, and take that time to evaluate your own life and get yourself where you want to be, instead of comparing yourself to others, which ultimately does kind of make you feel a little bit like an outsider. So don't do that, and try to work on improving the things that you really want to improve, and really look around at those things. That's half of it. Sometimes we just don't, we're kind of plodding along, and life's going along, and we're not even really thinking about it until something comes up to remind us. So, take that time, and maybe that is what also the meditation and contemplation, really think about those things. Do you like your day to day? Do you like your week to week, your month to month? And if not, what would you change about it? And let's start to be about those kind of changes. What is beyond your control this week is the Moon card. So that's where the synchronicities and that secret language of the universe comes in. Sometimes it comes to us in the way of a dream, but also synchronicities are very important. You might overhear a conversation that you're not even involved with that kind of answers a question that you have on your mind. You might hear a song on the radio, or a friend may call out of the blue. There's different synchronistic things when you're thinking about things. So pay attention to that, because that's definitely something that the Moon card does represent. It's things that come to us in a mysterious way, and often in the night, the things that we don't understand how they got there. And that's what I mean by the night. You don't understand why that synchronicity is happening to you, but you understand the significance of it. All right, what is your secret desire, or what are you trying to avoid? Well, look, another 10. So your secret desire is to be done with all of whatever this is that you're done with, is to also be done with it mentally. You're done with it in every way. The final push through, you're done. And now I think you want to stop thinking about it and move on. And maybe again, that's what that meditation is, to clear your mind, maybe start taking on and thinking about other creative projects that you might want to do, to not compare yourself to others, and really let the universe kind of guide you. If you're unsure of what that next move is, just open your eyes around you and live your life, and watch the universe kind of show you signs. What is in your outcome position is the Five of Wands. So a little bit of friendly debate is what I'm going to call that. And it could be debate, it looks like it is with others. So, look around and see if there's friends, family that you're kind of bringing some of these things up with, um, and have those debates. I always say when it comes to debate, make sure that you're holding your ground, of course, but also open your ears and make sure you're listening. Because anytime we're having debates, I mean, for me, I love when someone proves me wrong. So that to me is the most awesome thing because when I think I'm right, I think I'm right. I think we're all kind of like this. I'm a little stubborn. When I'm right, I'm right. But when someone proves me wrong, I'm like, wow, that's amazing. That's amazing that you did the extra work that apparently I didn't do to prove me wrong in a situation. And I like to give that credit where credit's due when it happens. So just remember, if you're involved in some sort of debate in that way, to make sure that you do give credit if someone around you is right. Okay, what's hidden from you here at the bottom is another five. So you've got a lot of repeaters, and we'll go over them before I quit here. But what is hidden from you is the Five of Swords, which is really about more conflict. If you compare these two fives, this one is definitely friendly debate. Look at the blue sky here. This one is where things get a little testy and people are exchanging words that maybe aren't so nice, and that's hidden from you. So I don't think that this is gonna remain friendly. It's just a debate. It's just a good conversation about a good rapid fire exchange of information. So your repeaters we've got 10, 10, and 10. um, and we also have 5, 5, and 5. So a lot of you might want to look up those angel numbers. 555 is one that I had to go look up this morning because I ran into it a couple of times. Excuse me. And here I see it again in your reading. So a synchronistic thing for me because it's a number that I've seen several times today. And now this will be, I think, like maybe the fourth or fifth time I've seen it. So 555 and also angel number 1010. Look this up and see if they have any bearing on your life this week and if they can be of help. So, all right, let's get you a final message here. Yeah, so I'm going to say meditate, contemplate on maybe what your next step is. Since you're obviously at an ending, you might be debating that. Again, enjoy if you've got a wedding on your mind or you've got one to go to this week, just take your time to really enjoy that and enjoy this ending, whatever it is. I know it seems like you're already, jumping to get back to the next thing that you're beginning, but take your time. What is it that you really want? And make sure you're asking yourself that question this week. All right, final message from the Soul Oracle deck is to be creative. Well, doesn't that go perfectly here with our Three of Pentacles? So be creative with those around you. Be creative in this debate. That's good advice. Let's get you a self-care card. My brain is like really trying to connect to my mouth today. It's not as easy as I would like it to be. All right, self-care wisdom card here. What do you need to do in the way of self-care? Self-care for Aries this week. And the card that you get is the card called Energy. Stop trying to please everyone. Everyone is a whole lot of people. Protect your energy. I love that card because that is very important to protect your own energy. So, Aries, meditate and contemplate. 10, 10, 10, 5, 5, 5. Be creative. And really, take the time to protect your own energy and think about where it is. Where is it that you want to go next? If you've got this ending here, it seems like it's like time to take a breath and just really contemplate on what it is. What do you do? What is your next step? What do you want to do moving forward? So I wish you the best of luck with this, Aries. I hope there was something in this reading that you can take away and use in a positive way in your life this week. Of course, if you're comfortable sharing, drop me a comment. Let me know what kind of ending did you have. To me, it would be interesting to see all the different answers from the different Aries collective, just to see, to prove how the energy, the tarot readings are about an energy, not about a specific thing, right? And it's interesting to see those different notes on that. Also, if you like my reading style, hitting like and subscribe really helps me and helps my channel. So I appreciate that so much from you, Aries. Thank you so much for being here. Good luck with this, and I will see you next week. Bye bye.